So from here, I want you to just start to rock and roll. Rock and roll. You're going to bring those knees into the chest, rocking up into a seated position and then rolling back. And if this isn't accessible to you, you can skip this part and come up into a comfortable seat. And for some people, this feels really good. And for other people, it's a little bit too intense on the spine. Okay? You'll arrive in your comfortable seat. Now, for most, that will not be in a cross-legged position on the floor. So if this doesn't feel good, try sitting up on your knees in what is called rock pose. You'll sit nice and tall, roll those shoulders back down and away from your ears. Lengthen the spine from the root all the way to the crown of your head. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Now we're going to start to just gently flex the spine. Inhaling the chest forward, exhaling to round the spine back, like you're rocking in your pelvic bowl. Okay. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And this might stay at a nice, slow, gentle pace. Your chin stays level. Good. Or you might actually speed up the breath and the movement. Good, keep going. Stay with the breathing. Beautiful, well done. Rocking that spine. Rocking that spine. Well done, buddies. Feel the power of your breath moving your body. Feel that power. The inhale draws you forward. The exhale allows you to sink back into that low spine.
Did you start the music? Did you start the music?
Yeah.
So I have to start it too.
Oh. Good. Keep going. We're almost there. Rocking back and forth, creating space in between each vertebra. Create that space. We are as young as our spines are supple, friends. Take a nice deep breath in and come to center. Suspend the breath and draw your belly button back towards your spine, containing the energy, the prana in the body. Exhale. Okay, so from here we're going to start to move the energy in the channels. They're called nadis, in the channels that align the spine. And to do that, we'll inhale the right shoulder up towards the ear and then release that down, and exhale the left shoulder up towards the ear. And you can go at your own pace, and typically it's a rather quick movement. So just find that sweet spot for you. In, out, right, left, right, left. Good, keep going. It's not very long, and it is a little bit of isolation of movement. So see how that feels. To inhale the right shoulder, exhale the left shoulder. In, out, in, out. Now inhale, both shoulders up towards the ears. Shoulders squeeze, squeeze, squeeze up towards the ears like you're shrugging those shoulders. Hold the breath, hold the posture. And exhale all the way down. And just let that be for a moment. Noticing the energy that you have shifted. Energy that started to move. Now we'll do that same breath pattern again. And this time it will be both shoulders up and then you release them. It's like you just let those muscles go. It's a little bit of shaking and it will break up any dense energy that you have in your shoulders, in your neck, any like low base of, the thinking about that cervical spine area. If you tend to get headaches in the back of your head, this is a really great practice to do. So you inhale the shoulders up, exhale, release them. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. And it doesn't have to be fast. And you can do double time. You might want to do double time if you've been having a lot of like heavy energy or a lack of motivation. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Keep going. And you can close those eyes down. Closing the eyes down. Allowing your mind to be present with the breath work. Almost there. Take a nice full deep breath in and squeeze your shoulders up towards your ears. Flip your tongue. You're holding your breath. Flip your tongue and press it to the roof of your mouth. There are meridians that run along the roof of your mouth. So we're just stimulating those, activating those meridians. Exhale, release the posture all the way down. And just take a moment to notice how that feels in your body right now. Okay, yogis, go ahead and place your hands on your shoulders with your elbows straight out to the side and your arms parallel to the floor. Okay. So from here, we'll inhale as we twist to the left, and it doesn't have to be a deep twist. Exhale as we twist to the right. In, out, in, out. Your head will move with your chest. Okay, so it goes with the movement. Close your eyes down. Bring your gaze up in between your eyebrows. Tuning in to your intuition, into your third eye point. Activating the pituitary gland, the master glands of the body, the guardians of your health, of your well-being. Keep going. You can twist as deeply as you want to, and you can move as quickly as it is comfortable for you. And look for that rhythm. Good. We call this the washing machine agitator posture. And sometimes it's called heart opener. And our hearts are always open. So I call it washing machine. Take a nice deep breath in to center. Hold the posture. Hold your arms exactly where they are. Keeping those elbows out to the side. Suspend the breath. Draw your root lock up. This is Mula Bandha. This is like stopping yourself from going to the bathroom. So draw that energy up, 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 up. Exhale and release the posture all the way down. And you might want to just roll those shoulders back a little bit. Okay. All right, lovies, make your way onto all fours, tabletop pose.
Which way should I face?
That way. tabletop pose. Just making that transition. Stacking your wrists under your elbows, under your shoulders. Your knees are directly underneath your hips. Take a nice deep breath in and open up to cow pose. Clavicles smile, chin lifts slightly, belly dips down towards the floor. Exhale and round your spine into cat pose. And now you can inhale back up into cow, exhale into cat, and move a little bit faster. Move as quickly as you can comfortably, okay? If it's too intense, you can keep your neck still and just move the spine. That is an option. Okay, listen to your body. Keep going, almost there. Keeping your eyes closed down, bring your gaze up in between your eyebrows. Deep breath in, suspend the breath. Hold, hold, hold. Exhale into child's pose. And just take a moment to notice the energy that's in your body. And remember, I like to call child's pose warrior 4, and it is the pose that is always available to you. You can come into this posture anytime during the practice. Right? Elongating the spine, stretching those arms out. Walk your hands back, tuck your toes, and gently make your way into downward facing dog. Good, lifting those hips high. Dogs like to be walked, yogis, so bend and straighten the back of your legs. Pedal out your heels, explore your calf muscles. Notice your hamstrings. As you exhale, can you send those hips, your tailbone, up to the ceiling a little bit taller, a little bit higher? Good. Look at your fingers and tiptoe your feet to the top of your mat, folding forward, letting your spine decompress, your shoulders get heavy. Hinging in the hip activates the parasympathetic nervous system. And go ahead and plant your hands down next to your feet. If the floor feels really far away, you might want to grab some blocks or books, or toilet paper rolls work really well for blocks. And step back with that right leg into a low lunge position. So your knee will come down. And your foot will soften. And just breathe into that hip stretch. You can keep your hands on the floor, or you can bring them up onto your thigh. And maybe you want to send your fingertips all the way up to the ceiling and Anjaneyasana pose. Pose of devotion. Deep breath in and out. Go ahead and place your hands back down onto the floor. Tuck your back toe, lift your back knee, and step your right foot forward to meet your left foot. Folding and releasing that spine again. You don't have to do a handstand or a headstand to have the benefits of an inversion. You can forward fold from a standing position. Take a full deep breath in, sweep the arms all the way up overhead, rising up, lengthening the spine, reaching toward the ceiling. Exhale, bow forward again, planting your hands down next to your feet. Go ahead and step back with your left foot this time for a low lunge position on the other side. Feel that nice, beautiful stretch. Allow your shoulder blades to wrap back. Feel the deep stretch, reaching the fingertips up toward the ceiling. We're having tech issues still, so maybe my voice will be enough. It's like doing a yoga class blindfolded or in the dark. All right, just breathe into that deep stretch. Notice what's happening in your hamstring, what's happening in your psoas muscle, your hips. All right. And go ahead and place your hands back down next to your right foot. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. Step your left foot forward to meet your right and fold. Uttanasana is forward fold. Uttanasana. And just allow your head to hang, allow your shoulders to spill forward. Take a full, deep, sweeping breath in, standing all the way up, reaching your fingertips up toward the ceiling, and bring your hands to heart center for Samastitihi, pose of stillness. Now we'll move here through some sun salutations, folks. So I want you to move through sun salutes at your pace. At your pace. Okay. And I'm going to do my best to cue all the poses in case you can't see us and you can only hear us. All right. So take a deep breath in. Sweep the arms up overhead. Lengthen. Exhale. Bow forward, hinging at the hip. Plant your hands down next to your feet. Step back into plank pose. Deep breath in here. Lower your knees. Exhale, chin and chest down onto the floor. Keep your hands underneath your shoulders. Take a deep breath in and lift up into a baby cobra pose, not using your hands to press your body up, using a back body strong position. Exhale, forehead comes back down to the floor. Inhale, lift up and back to downward facing dog. Setting those hips high, keeping that head low. You can walk your dog if you want to, or you can stay in stillness of the pose. Look at your thumbs, walk your feet forward and fold. Allow your head to hang. Inhale, rise all the way up, sweep those arms up toward the ceiling. Exhale, bow forward again, bowing through the center, hinging at the hip, planting your hands down next to your feet. Step back, plank pose. Knees, chest, chin come down onto the floor, keeping those elbows nice and close to the body. Hands under your shoulders to protect your rotator cuff. Inhale, baby cobra. You're lifting your chest and your head off the floor without using your hands. Exhale, forehead comes back down. Inhale, press up and back into downward facing dog. Head is low and hips are high. Look at your thumbs, tiptoe your feet forward and fold. Take a deep breath in, sweep those arms all the way up overhead. And exhale back to Samastitihi, pose of stillness. Notice your heartbeat. Notice your breath. Go ahead and place your hands on your hips and step back with your right foot in a high lunge position. So we're coming into warrior one with a lunge. So that back heel is lifted and stacked over your toes, and your front knee bends at a 90-degree-ish angle. You can keep your hands on your hips for stability, noticing that the hips are parallel with each other, and they're also pointing, the eyes of your hips are pointing to the front of your mat. Maybe you want to lift your fingertips up toward the ceiling in a fullest expression of warrior one. Taking a full deep breath in and remembering the warrior one mantra of this is me, I am here, and I am perfect exactly the way that I am. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Place your hands on your hips. Shift your weight into that left front foot and step your right foot forward at the top of your mat. Shake out the left leg, shake out the right leg. Stabilize and ground here at the top of your mat. Hands on hips, left foot steps back into that high lunge. Good, your back heel is stacked over your toes. Your front knee is bent. Hips are square. Heart is open. Clavicles are smiling. Hands can stay on your hips or they can rise all the way up to the ceiling. And just pause to presence in that mantra. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Hands return to the hips, shift your weight into your right front foot and step your left foot forward, shaking out the legs. Getting that energy moving, right? Deep breath in here, ground at the top of your mat. This time, hands on hips, right foot steps back into your high lunge. And as you exhale, you will open up into warrior two. So that right heel will spin down and your arms will come parallel to the floor, stretching your arms out in warrior two position. In Kundalini yoga, we do something called power archer. So you will look at your front left thumb and imagine you're holding a bow in your hand. You will use your right hand to pull back on that imaginary bowstring, taking a deep breath into the belly, holding the breath for a moment, exhaling completely. Take a half of a breath in and begin breath of fire. Pump your navel. Pump your navel in power archer. Deep breath in, hold the breath. As you exhale, you will shoot the breath out of your mouth like a cannon. Go ahead and exhale, good. Take another deep breath in, suspend the breath. Pull back on that bowstring, get strong in your arms. Exhale, release. Inhale again. Strong, steady, focused. Cannon exhale. Good. Go ahead and shake out those legs, coming back to the top of your mat. Good. And now we'll do that same power archer on the other side. So from the top of your mat space, you will this time step back with your left foot, spin that left heel down, and find your warrior two position. Good. Settle into the pose. Lift the arms up, parallel to the floor. Pull back on that bowstring. Take aim at your drishti. Inhale. Breath of fire. Powerful breath. Stay with the breath of fire. Keep going. You're almost there. Inhale. Suspend the breath. Cannon exhale. Inhale again. Suspend the breath. Cannon exhale. Last time. Inhale. Suspend the breath. Cannon exhale. Good. Straighten out that front leg. Look at your right toes. Come up onto your left back toes, like you're back in that high lunge position. Bringing your hands down to frame that right foot. It's like a little cartwheel motion to put your hands back onto the floor. Step back into plank pose. Knees down, lie down. Good. Let's bend those knees and windshield wiper the legs side to side. Massage the quads on the floor. Get some energy moving in the hips. Good. And bring your legs back to center and stillness, releasing them down. Press your body up into tabletop pose. So your knees are directly under your hips, your wrists are under your elbows, and your shoulders again in your tabletop. So we'll work on balance here. And what this posture does is it balances out the prana and apana in the body. The upward moving breath, or the upward wind, and the grounding and the downward moving wind, or the wind that helps with elimination. So stretch your left leg out so that it's parallel to the floor, toes point down towards the floor. Your right arm will stretch out in front of you, right? And if you only do the leg or you only do the arm, that's beautiful. Baby steps to get into this balancing pose. Hug your belly button up towards your spine and hold. Bring yourself into balance. Notice where you are wobbly. Totally normal to be wobbly. That's why we do the pose. So if we're wobbly and shaking, we know there's that indication that there is an imbalance of the winds in the body, of prana and apana. And the best thing about the test is that it brings it back into balance, simply doing it. And you can come out and go back in. You can shake out that wrist, take care of your little parts of your body. And get focused in the pose. Pull that navel in. Use your core strength to not hang out in your wrists. And then go ahead and bring that hand and knee down. Shake out the wrist. And do it on the other side. Stretch your right leg back and your left arm forward. You might find that it's easier to balance on one side of the body than the other. Totally normal. Hold the posture. Hug the navel up into the belly button. Engage Mula Bandha. Like you're stopping yourself from going to the bathroom. Notice how engaging your pelvic floor muscles are vital to balance. Beautifully done. Take care of your little parts. Shaking means miracles are happening. Think of all the times in our lives we have been shaking, and it is truly because we are witnessing or experiencing something miraculous. And go ahead and bring that hand and foot back down. Shake out the wrist. And I want you to walk your hands back and come up onto your knees, right? So you're in a kneeling position. hugging that navel into your spine. Reach your arms up toward the ceiling. Take a full deep breath in here. Now look up and lift up almost as if you're going to do a back bend. And you won't actually be doing a back bend, okay? And take care of the low back here. So only go as far as it's comfortable-ish for you. It's probably not comfortable, right? And as we reach back, lean back, lift back, we're going to draw circles with our arms. And they move together. So imagine your arms are drawing circles. This is sneaky ab work, friends. So engage that core. Find your stability there. This is called Sobhagni Kriya in Kundalini Yoga, this practice. And you can do small circles, big circles, whatever works for you. And this is so good for your lymphatic system. This is all about allowing your body to fight off anything that it comes in contact with. So really astute immune system building here. Moving that lymph, the lymph that's all right up here, along with the engagement of the muscles in the groin and the stabilizing muscles. Good. Come back to center. Inhale, reach all the way up. And exhale. Come down onto your sits bones. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Give them a little shake, 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 shake. Lift the arms back up toward the ceiling. Hinge forward at the hip. And fold only as far as you can fold while keeping your spine straight. Okay, so you still want to send those shoulders back. And it might mean that you don't fold very far, and that's totally fine. We don't want to round the spine to try to get the nose to the knees. Your shoulders stay back, chest stays open, hinge in the hip. Life nerve stretch. Vagus nerve stretch. Long, slow, deep breaths in. And with every exhale now, you can start to melt a little bit more, a little bit more. You can bend the knees. They don't have to be super straight, and you don't want to hyperextend them. Good. Come all the way back up in a nice, tall, straight spine. Cross-legged position if that's available to you. Allowing your shoulders to wrap back, your clavicles to smile. Curl your fingertips in towards the palms of your hands as we keep the thumbs out in preparation for a radiance charger. Your arms will come stretched out in a wide V position, closing those eyes down and bringing your gaze up into your eyebrow point, your third eye point. Take a full breath in and exhale it all out. Take half a breath in and do breath of fire. with the breath. Notice where you hit a threshold, perhaps. Pumping the navel, drawing up through the root lock. Take a nice full deep breath in. Bring your thumbs to touch over your head. Stretch your fingertips up toward the ceiling. Hold the breath. Suspend. Lengthen. Exhale. Sweep the arms through your auric field. And just take a moment to notice. And go ahead and lie all the way down on your back. Allowing yourself to settle for a moment into the floor. Noticing the energy moving through the body. Getting curious about what you have moved and what has created some more space for you. And also getting curious about if there is anything else that your body wants to do right now. Without thinking, my body should do this or should do that. What does it want to do? If anything, maybe it's really happy with stillness right now. Maybe you want a little bit of a back bend. Maybe you want a happy baby. breath to come in and out. Just noticing. Nothing to do or change or fix. Just be in the breath. This is a poem by Donna Faulds called Enough. It is enough to offer love, no matter how imperfectly received or given. It is enough to try and fail at a difficult task. Enough to fall and rise, stumble, fall again, sigh, and start to walk, however slowly, in the direction the soul points. It's enough to seek peace and find pain, to gain nothing but vision of truth and take the long route home. It's enough to feel temptation, the dance of the senses, the hot pull of desire. Enough to call on God, walk through fire, sleep and cry and fear. It is enough to be and breathe, to feel the touch of wind on skin. It is enough to take the day as it comes, to watch the ripples on the lake as the rock sinks to the bottom, to see the wild reflection of the surface calm into a mirror once again. It is enough to hear the voice of fear and hide, or seek it out and face the shame or the shadows. It's enough to set out to tame demons and watch them multiply instead. It's enough to be buffeted by the winds of change and to not be blown over. I and you and all of us are more than enough. Go ahead and start to move your fingertips and your toes, wiggle them around, bring the energy back there. Rub the palms of your hands together and create some heat. Rub the bottoms of your feet together and create some heat. And then rock your body up into a comfortable seated position. Thank you all so much for giving me the gift of your presence and the opportunity to be your guide in your practice today. I honor the place inside you that is the same inside of me. I honor the place where the whole universe resides, the place of light and love and peace and truth. Satnam, yogis. Thank you.